is an early morning, y'all. It is 4:45 and I am running 14 miles today, and it's gonna go a lot better than it did last weekend. While I'm feeling extremely tired and seeing my poor sleep score definitely did not help either, but I am really excited for today's run because I really want to redeem my run from last weekend where it just did not go well and really got in my head, really wasn't enjoying myself, and I am just ready for a much better experience. I'm up about an hour earlier than I would have been. I've been up for almost 20 minutes now. Usually I'd wake up at 5:30 and woke up at 4:30 so that Dom can join me for a little bit before he heads into work early this morning. So yeah, we're gonna try and head out at 5:30 instead of 6:30. So honestly, it'll be pretty nice to get it done before, hopefully before 9 a.m. I'm really hopeful I can finish it before 9 a.m. But it's actually Friday instead of Saturday because I am out of town tomorrow. I'm leaving early in the morning and going to Fort Worth, so I'll be in the car for 3 hours and just don't have time to get it done tomorrow. So getting it done on a Friday, so also a good thing that we're doing it early just so I can still get back to it and work. I will say it always really sucks having to work all day after a long run, but past few weekends I've actually been working anyways and I had a lot of stuff I needed to get done, so I've kind of been working anyways after my long runs, but I'm really not looking forward to having a full day of work after this run. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really hopeful that it'll be a lot better than it was last weekend, and temperature should be good, so I think it's gonna be a good one. I'm waiting for my bread to toast a little. I don't know if I've said this before, but we actually don't have a toaster. Our space is so small, so we have to really limit our appliances. So just toasting it on the stove. You gotta make your situation work. But I'm toasting the bread, and then I'm gonna do the peanut butter, banana, and honey. So I thought I would chat through what gels I'm bringing. I will say I placed an order, I think this weekend or at the beginning of the week, and was really hopeful that I would have some new ones. I still have new ones, but just some other ones to choose from for this run, and they didn't come. So I've got pretty much the ones you've already seen, but I'll just quickly go through them. I actually just found this lemonade Humo one in one of my bags, and I checked the expiration date, and it is still good to go, and I love Humo and haven't had any in a bit. So I probably will take this one first because it's got the caffeine. Then I have this strawberry kiwi goo that also had somehow gotten lost in my packs in the past few weeks. I forgot I had this one. I've got that one, and historically in the past the goos have really hurt my stomach, but I haven't had them in 10 years. So I'm excited to try that one. And then I'm going to do this liquid power gel. It's an orange one. I think I placed an order for more liquid ones. I honestly don't remember. I ended up placing another order from the feed just so I could get a variety of them. It is definitely overpriced on there by even just 50 cents, which adds up fast, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Then I have this BPN mixed berry, which my friends don't like, so I probably will delay taking that one if I can. Then I have the Science and Sport. I swear this one has come with me for the past 3 runs, and I've never gotten around to taking it, so maybe today is the day. And then this Victus one as well. So that's 6 gels, so I should definitely be okay with that, but I'm gonna go ahead and just bring all of them. Better to have more than enough fuel than not enough fuel. I feel like last run I was just really struggling all around. Y'all saw that, but was just really struggling with the way I was mentally prepping, and also just talking to myself, and there was a lot of just I don't want to be here. I could be doing something else with my time. I shouldn't be spending this much time doing this, that kind of thing, and was just really getting into my head about the time for whatever reason. So which usually isn't something I really struggle with. Like, I know that it's a big commitment to train for these kind of things, so I don't know why I was so in my head about all of that. So this morning, and even like as I was, you know, I don't love waking up at 4:30. I'm super tired when my alarm goes off, but even just like starting the positive self-talk from the moment that I woke up to like even now, I feel like is really helping me, and I am genuinely excited to go out and show myself that I can do this. I feel like I have deja vu because I was saying that last weekend and then it just like didn't go to plan, but that's okay. So I'm really excited, and it'll be good to break the run up because Dom will be with me for the first like 4 miles, and then after that I'll only have 10 miles left. So I think it's gonna be a really good run. I am excited, and I've got a podcast all prepped and ready to go, and then I might go back to the audiobook. But yeah, it should be a much better run, and yeah, just fingers crossed that it goes a lot better. Now let's go head out and run 14 miles.
You go ahead. Then I'll tell you.
Okay, I'm 3 miles in, and Dom just headed back, so definitely didn't get to 4 to him. I feel like my math is always so off with that. It's still pretty dark, and there honestly aren't that many people, so I'm just gonna stay like along the lit route and kind of go back and forth until the sun starts to rise. I'm a little over 4 miles in, so I'm gonna take my first gel. I'm taking the Huma Lemonade. I've had Huma before, I've had this flavor, so I don't really need to do like a taste test, but it's so good. I love the texture. It is super sweet, so if you don't like sweet stuff, you probably wouldn't like it, and I feel like the chia seeds really add to like enjoying the texture. But yeah, I highly recommend. I know I've said this before, but I genuinely think the best part about running when it's dark is it really does mentally help to break up the run. I'm gonna hit 6 in about half a mile. I'm like, oh my gosh, I only have 8 more miles to go. Like, that went by so fast. I've been listening to a podcast. I will say I love to like crank up the volume of podcasts, and this one like is not very loud. So once I hit 6, I think I'll probably switch over to music for like an hour, and then maybe either go back to the podcast for the last 2 or just do silence. Just hit the halfway mark, so I'm 7 miles in. I feel so good. The weather is also amazing. I'm like barely sweating, which, you know, I sweat a lot, so that's very rare for me. And it's time to do another taste test of the gel, so I'm just gonna stop and walk so I can film this. I'll use filming as my excuse to walk. I feel like I still just need to get used to like the unflavored. There's like a very subtle sweetness, which people had said about Martin, and Martin was a no-go. I could see myself really liking these. The texture is just super smooth, like so smooth, very easy to get down, not as thin as some of the other ones, but I think I like it. It passes the test. My stomach was kind of starting to hurt, which I'm a little over 10 and a half, so I only have 3.5 more miles to go, but I realized I probably haven't been hydrating and drinking water as I usually would, just because I haven't been as sweaty. So I have 2 of those salt stick pills in my mouth right now. I use the lime flavor, and it is very sour, so I kind of want to try a couple other flavors, and then I just drink a lot more water, and honestly my stomach isn't hurting anymore. So I only have 3.5 more miles to go. I'm so excited. It has been such a good run. 1.5 more miles left. I cannot believe it. I'm like in shock. It was just such a good run, and I mean, I'm definitely tired now, but I still feel like really strong, really good. I'm keeping like a 10 something pace and have been for the past about 8 miles, which is fast for me, especially for a long run. I'm just so pleased. I really needed a good run under my belt. I've just, as y'all saw, I've really been getting in my head, so this just like makes me feel so much more confident. Y'all, 14 miles, done. I am so happy. It just went so well. Like the entire time I was just thoroughly enjoying myself, which I just feel like hasn't happened in a while in a long run, at least not for the past couple of weeks. So I am so thankful. I'm in the best mood, and it's only 8:30, which is absolutely amazing. I still can go and like not take my time showering and getting ready for the day, but definitely don't have to like rush too much. And obviously I'm working for myself again, so it's not like I have a boss that I have to like clock into at 9, but I should be able to rinse off and eat breakfast and be good to go by like 9 or 9:15, which is my ideal start time. So I am just so thankful, and I've been talking to my coach a lot about fueling, and especially like this week also talking a lot about just like positive self-talk and some mantras some mantras that I can use. And that has, whoa, the lighting is like wild. That has just been so helpful for me, and it's just been so helpful for me to have someone just to like, obviously Dom knows like the ins and outs of my runs, but it's just like really helpful to have someone with like the expertise that she does and like knows exactly the right questions to ask to kind of help me figure out like what the heck is going on. And honestly, fueling has been such a big discussion for me. I feel like I've just been really stressed in life be lifing. So I've been really stressed, which has kind of like affected my appetite, which means I obviously haven't been eating as much as I know I need to. Ooh, that trash stinks. But even still, like I just knew I wasn't fueling enough because I wasn't like finishing all my meals. And so this week I was like, I cannot go through another sucky run. So I really need to stay on top of my appetite and like see if that has been the thing that has really been not working for me. And so we cooked some really great meals this week. I made sure to make sure I was like really on top of fueling, and I feel like it made such a big difference, obviously, because this run was great. So honestly, just really reassuring, because I was like, what the heck is going on? Like, should I even be training for this race? So I just feel so much more confident, so much better, and it is just another reminder that like one week you can have such an awful run, and then the next week you can have an amazing run. So obviously it's hard to not let the bad runs affect you, and I am like being honest with y'all that like the bad one really did affect me, and you know, I obviously was able to bounce back and figure out what I did wrong, and that's where I'm like, okay, I'm thankful for the bad runs because I really learned a lot and can reflect and apply those changes, and now here we are with a good run. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here, but I hope y'all have had fun watching these vlogs. I hope it's like reassuring and validating to watch another runner just kind of go through the ups and downs. And yeah, I just really appreciate y'all being here. I genuinely have so much fun filming these. I know I say that every time, but it just means so much to me. I was about to say means so much to y'all. It just means so much to me that y'all spend your time cheering me on, encouraging me, leaving me super supportive comments, and just watching these. Like, it truly means so much to me. So I'm really grateful. I really feel like I wouldn't be able to chase after these big goals if it weren't for the support of y'all. So thank you so much for being here, and I'll see y'all next time.